Hi everyone, so I'm back with week 29, and for this week I'm going to be using the Rosie Studio Celebrate You collection. I actually have the die cuts, the sticker sheets and the chipboard embellishments for this collection. So I just love all the colours. I thought they were really like summery but also sort of pastel-y and bright, so I just really liked it. And also there's quite a few birthdays going on this week, so it just really suited. So the first photo that I'm going to be using is going to go on the top right and is a picture of our flight back from Corfu, because we flew back on the Sunday. All was going absolutely fine with the day. Our flight was on time. However, when we got on the flight, the pilot said that our flight was going to be an extra hour because they had to go the long way round. And then we got to Manchester and we had to wait 3 hours for our bags. So it was just a really, really long day, but we did eventually get home. And I was back to work the next day, so that didn't last long. So yeah, so that is just our flight home. I just thought it was a cool photo of the plane. So I'm just using the die cut, so you can see I've just emptied them all basically on the side of the table. There's absolutely loads in there. They're all little dinky things as well, so I'm really scared about losing them, so I do try and keep them all together. But I'm just going to use this circle one that's just going to go in the corner, and I put a little word sticker that says keep shining alongside a gold star that I put in the middle of this pink fan thing. And in the top right corner, I put a little butterfly and a gold asterisk thing again. So this is the 17th of July into the 23rd of July, and quite a few things happened actually this week. So it's quite a full week. But yeah, as I said, back from holiday, back into it. So I like to try and get a photo every day if I can, but obviously some days are really boring and they don't really do anything to warrant a photo, but I do try and get a photo of something every day, just, so that the week isn't made up of just like 2 days or something. So I do try and get a photo every day. Anyway, so I'm just going to stick that down on there. The paper that I'm using in the background is actually two collections. One is just, I think I only had 1 or 2 sheets left from a Dovecraft collection, and then the second is a birthday collection again from Dovecraft maybe, or it could have been from Powerland, but they're both like birthday celebrations ones, and it's just got really cool papers, so I wanted to use that because it matched the colours as well. So the next photo that's going to go under the title, the week card, is going to be of a picture of moose and mango. So they were all like flopped out because it was so hot. We came back to a heat wave, which is very uncomfortable in England because we don't have aircon or anything like that. So it was really hot. And obviously the house was stuffy and it was just really hard to sleep. But the cats were just warm. However, we actually had to take Mango to the vets on Monday because she went into shock. At the time, we didn't know that. At the time, she was just really breathing very, 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 like, constant. She was taking like 80 to 90 beats, like breaths a minute, which is a lot for a cat. So obviously I googled it and then I got worried, so I rang the vets and they said that they'd rather see her because this sort of thing can be quite dangerous. So I took her down there and they took her off me and they did loads of blood tests and x-rays and put her in an oxygen tank and checked her temperature and all sorts. And obviously I was very worried. I was just so upset because obviously they took her away from me. I didn't know what was happening, but she ended up staying overnight, which wasn't ideal. So she's okay. She just went into shock. They couldn't figure out why. It could have been the heat. She could have injured herself. She could have just been excited. It could have been a mixture of things, but it cost me £1,000 for all that, which luckily we were insured, so I got the money back. And it's not about the money, to be honest. I just couldn't believe it cost me £1,000 for all that, just to be told that she's actually fine. But I'm just glad she's fine. I would have paid it anyway. Money is no object for my Mango, but yeah, it cost me £1,000. Luckily, as I said, the insurance covered it, so we did get it back. But yeah, it was also Mango's birthday this week, so that's why I have decorated it with some bits and pieces. So I put some washi tape at the bottom. I've obviously stuck the receipt, like a photocopy of the receipt of the bill, just to remind me one day how much she's cost me. But I've also put a cute little chipboard sticker for Birthday Girl at the top, and then there's a nice little cat die cut with a little birthday hat on, which I think is really, really cute, so I wanted to put that on there as well. I do actually stick a gold #1 sticker down the side because it's her first birthday, bless her. So she turned 1 on the 23rd of July, but because this was the only photo I had of her, I wanted to put it sort of with this one. So yeah, happy birthday to Mango. Spent the nights in the vets. So Then on the photo that's going to go next to that, underneath the plain photo, is just a picture of some ice creams. So because it was so hot, we have ice cream vans that come round and they stop by and obviously play a tune, and, you know, you can go out and buy an ice cream. I don't know if I'm explaining this to everyone. I don't know if every country has an ice cream van, but here in the UK, that's what we have. And I was working and it came up on the street, so I thought I'd run out and get Joe and I some Mr. Whippy ice creams. So that was nice, and obviously, as I said, it was really, really warm, so it was a nice sort of, you know, little treat. So I just stick that, and the paper behind it is really cool because it's got a load of ice cream sundaes and stuff on there, so that went really well with that. So I stick the photo on the left-hand side, and then I did want to put some journaling because obviously this is quite a bit of a heavy week, as I said, coming back from holiday, the cat's going into the vets, the heat wave, you know, all that sort of stuff. I wanted to do some journaling on this because it's not always self-explanatory. So I try to find something that I can journal on because there isn't anything in this collection to journal on apart from these 3x4 cards, which aren't part of the collection. These are actually part of, I think it's the art collection or something, but they had these cute little like speech bubbles or tags that, you know, I could use, but I wanted the ice creams in the background, so that's why I decided to cut it out and stick it on there so you can still see the ice creams in the background. So yeah, so I cut that out and stick that down, and then I use another little chipboard sticker of an ice cream to go over the top of that, and then just on the photo of the ice creams I just put some washi tape down alongside a little flower and 2 smiley faces just on the ice cream photos as well. So yeah, it is really nice. Ice cream van ice cream is the best ice cream, really. It's like McFlurry ice cream, but a bit smoother, not so thick, but it's really, really good. So yeah, so that was Tuesday, I think it was. So yeah, all is fine with Mango by now, so we were happy again. So then the photos that's going to go down the bottom is actually our DIY cooling down the house, basically, because it was just so hot. Like, we've just come back from Corfu, so we were expecting it, you know, we were like, oh, I'll be fine, we're used to it. But it was really hot because obviously in Corfu we had aircon and it was a bit of a breeze, but here in the UK, just as I said, we don't have aircon. It's a different kind of heat. It's really weird to explain, but it just felt really strong. Like, it felt like just hot. You just couldn't cool down. Anyway, it was like nearly 38, 40 degrees. And I mean, we didn't have it too bad up north. Well, it was hot, but my parents down south, they said it was really, really hot. And they're gardeners, so they're always outside. They've had to come home early because it was just too hot. So yeah, so the photos that are going to go underneath is just the pictures of us trying to cool down the house without aircon. So Joe had a fan that he put outside our Velux windows upstairs. He literally trapped it between like the window ledge and the window, and he put the, you know, turned it on so that the fan would, you know, blow like the cold air into the bedroom. So he did that, and then he also had a tray full of frozen water bottles, and put that next to a fan, another fan that we have, to try and, apparently that's what, you know, it blows cool air. So we had both those going. It was still just as hot. I don't know if it made any difference, to be honest, but it was something. Joe really struggles in the heat anyway in terms of trying to get to sleep. Like, well, abroad we're fine because we have aircon, but when it's really hot here in the UK, we don't have anything to really cool ourselves down, and because our bedroom's in an attic, it does get really, really hot. So I'm just going to stick these down. I put some washi tape along the bottom, alongside some flower stickers. I put them in the top right and the bottom left corner. And then I use a little pink chipboard sticker that says hooray on it, just because obviously, you know, trying to hooray for cold air. So yeah, so that is what I do on that one. The last sleeve or pocket, I don't put any photos in. I'm just going to use some embellishments and a journaling card, just again to put some more journaling, because as I said, it was quite a heavy couple of days, so there's quite a few things I wanted to sort of journal about. So I do that on the last one. So yeah, it's actually been quite nice. We've actually had a summer this year. Sometimes in August, July, August, we don't get very good weather. It seems to be whenever the kids break up from school, the weather just turns. But we've had a really, really good summer, actually. We've had a few days where it's been a bit chilly, but most of the time it's actually been quite nice. And it's actually made me look forward to autumn and winter because we've actually had a summer. Sometimes when we've not had a summer, I'm just like, oh God, it's winter again. But because we've had a summer, I don't miss the heat at the end of it, and I can't wait to sort of get cozy and, you know, do all wintry sort of things. So yeah, so that is that one. So the paper I'm going to use for the bottom one is this really nice like cocktail paper. I just thought it was quite cool because it's like a celebration one. As I said, I'm trying to use some bits for the birthdays and celebrating and stuff for this week. So I thought that was quite nice. And then there was a nice die cut that's like a, I don't really know how to explain it, but it's a really like a round concertina. Is that even a thing? I don't know. But it just looks nice. So I use that on the right hand side, but I do cut out another journaling card, the little speech bubble one, and use that for some more journaling, and I just put a little heart at the bottom, and then on the die cut I just use the word celebrate just in the middle, just to sort of snazz it up a little bit. But that's all I pretty much do on this one. I don't feel like I touch the the die cuts at all. I feel like there's just so many of them that I don't even know how I'm going to get through them, but I'm glad that I finally got to use a Rosie Studios collection for my project lives because I haven't done it yet, so that was fun. So yeah, you can see me searching through all these die cuts and stickers, sheets and embellishments. Like, there's just so many of them, but I do love them all. They're really, really nice brand. I love all the collections, actually, to be honest. So yeah, so this was week 29, and my title card is going to be really, really simple. I basically just used some pattern paper from the collection that I have, that paper collection, and I'm just deciding which ones I want to use. I do decide just on that one. It's almost like just splodges of different colour, just because I thought it was quite nice just to keep it a bit simple. I put some washi tape all along the bottom, well, say the bottom, close to the bottom, and that's where I'm going to use it as like a line to put my words, like week 29. So I have the gold numbers from the collection. Sorry, I don't know what, I couldn't say anything then. I have gold numbers from the collection, the sticker card. Oh my God. I have the gold numbers from the cardstock sticker pack, but I didn't have any letters. So I had to go back into my stash and try and find some letters. And I just, again, do what I normally do and just put WK for week because I didn't have any, well, actually I do have E's on that one, but I didn't want to use them because I like to use them for other things. I don't want to use all my E's up, so I just use the WK and then I use the 29 from the sticker pack, which is nice. I just wish they had alphas on there, to be honest. So yeah, and then I use that heart that's sort of hanging around just at the beginning of it, just to sort of, you know, put emphasis. I just thought it was a nice, cute little heart. And because there's white on a lot of the page, it just matched quite nicely. And then I just put a star at the top, and I just stamp the dates. And that's pretty much all I do for this week. So I hope you'd enjoyed a new collection. I am trying to use up different collections just for a bit of a variety. And it is nice, you know, to use up some of my stash and older collections, even though these aren't old. These are all post-pandemic collections. I've got very few that I bought before, and before the pandemic, I didn't ever even know about like Simple Stories and Echo Park and all that, the American style brands. I didn't know about Rosie Studio or anything, so I'm still using up lots of bits and pieces. Anyway, so I hope you enjoyed this week, and I'll be back with part 2 shortly. Thank you very much. Bye.